So here's the thing. I'm an Enneagram 1, as well as just a complete type A and a little bit of a nerd. So if there's anything that I love, it's a freaking list and to do research. I just cannot help myself, so I have scoured the internet. Blog posts, Goodreads, Storygraph, Bookstagram, Book Talk, legit all of the places. I have done the research and I have compiled a list of all of the new releases in 2024 that I am most excited about. Hello, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. My name is Kyla, and in this video, I'm going to share with you my most anticipated books for Q1 of 2024. Legit, I have done a deep dive to compile this list, and if you have not watched one of these videos from me before, this is not a list of every book that is coming out. These are just the ones that I personally am super excited about. So there's genres that I love, authors that I've read from before, or just ones that look really intriguing to me. My main genres are thrillers, fantasy, both adult and YA on both, with like a hint of horror, and I've also thrown in, you know, the occasional romance and some lit fic here or there. I think that's enough talking. Let's just go ahead and get to the list. Do this in chronological order. So starting with January, yes, some of these books have come out already, but I still wanted to mention them to still give them the love that they deserve, because I am beyond stoked for some of these. So the first one is House of Ash and Shadow by Leah Stone, or Leah Stone. I'm not sure how you pronounce it. This was actually first published in September of this past year, but I know it's getting like a reprint or something on the 2nd of 2024, something along those lines. And this is a YA fantasy romance. And, you know, I do tread lightly with my fantasy romance, okay? Because if you know anything about me, you know that I don't like it when it's like overly steamy. Like, I just don't care. The smut is not for me. And I have a feeling this one is going to be a little bit more on the smutty side than like I'm used to. But the thing that caught me about this is that it gave me a tiny bit of like Addie LaRue vibes, where this girl, her name is Fallon, and she was born with this kind of like curse, or whatever you want to call it, where a single touch from a person like causes her the most pain ever. And so it kind of gave me those vibes in terms of like, you know, everyone who meets Addie forgets her, where this girl, anyone who touches her, like, it causes her excruciating pain. I don't know, I mean, it's kind of a bit of a stretch, but I was like, oh, that sounds interesting. I'm curious, so I put it on the list. I have not read it yet. We will get to it at some point this year, and it's an author that I've never read from before, so that also really intrigued me, because I am trying to step outside the box, where I do have a lot on this list of authors that I have read from before, but I do want to like expand my horizons, and so I have not read from her before, and I'm super excited. The second book is also already out, and that is Mislaid in Parts Half Known by Shauna McGuire. This is part of the Wayward Children series. I feel like I don't need to go into much detail about it. It's a fantasy portal series, and it's absolutely phenomenal if you have not checked it out yet. They're little fantasy novellas, so if you're like looking to dabble into fantasy, this series is for you. And this is just the next installment, and there's freaking dinosaurs on this cover. And if you know anything about me, you know that I'm a little dinosaur obsessed. Like, I have tattoos of dinosaurs behind my ears, in case you didn't know. The love is real, and I love Shauna McGuire's writing so much, and I'm excited to see where this goes. I actually have plans for like a whole vlog around this series, and I just can't wait. I can't wait. Moving on, the next one, also already out. Oh, in case I didn't say, Mislaid in Parts Half Known came out January 9th. And then the next one that's already out is The Fury by Alex Michaelides. He is the author of The Silent Patient and The Maidens, two books that were just okay for me. I'm not even gonna lie. I am one of the rare people that didn't go like gung-ho for The Silent Patient. I think it's a great thriller for like starting out, but the plot twist didn't didn't really get me. So this one I am treading lightly on, but I am excited. And the first thing that grabs my attention about this freaking book is it's got a messy friend group. And like, I love that trope. I freaking love it. I don't know what it is about it, but like the more drama, the better. It also takes place on an island, which like, we love those vibes too. I thought about saving this for summertime, but I don't think I can wait that long. Not without getting like spoiled beforehand. So we're gonna have to read this one rather quickly. But the last line of this like little blurb on Goodreads is what really caught me in, because it says, "My name is Elliot Chase and I'm going to tell you a story unlike any you've ever heard." And that really intrigues me. Like, what kind of perspectives are we gonna get in this book? Is it going to be told like this person is actually telling the story, but we're not actually, you know, I'm just curious about how this is going to be told. And like I said, you give me a messy friend group, I'm going to show up for it. And like, I'm willing to give him another shot. So we have the Fury, and like, this might be a make or break book for me. Like, if I don't enjoy this one, I might have to write him off completely. Will I ever do that? Probably not, but like, that's where it is in my brain. And then we have Only If You're Lucky by Stacey Willingham, and I'm not gonna lie, I freaking hate this cover. And if there's something that I've learned about Stacey Willingham, it's that her covers are very generic. All the Dangerous Things did not like grab me in because of the cover. I was like, this is kind of boring. It's a little generic. It does not make me want to read it. However, I did read it and I actually kind of enjoyed it. It's more of a literary suspense, but I did enjoy the writing. I enjoyed the story overall. So I'm going to give this one a chance despite this cover being absolutely hideous. And something that really pulled me in about this book is that it takes place at a college. I don't think it's quite dark academia, but I just love the school setting. That just really does it for me for some reason. So I am excited about that. I think we have like a messy roommate situation going on. This one is also considered like a literary suspense or a psychological thriller as opposed to like a full-blown thriller. So just be aware of that. I'm not sure the marketing there, but on Goodreads it does say that it's a psychological suspense, not quite a thriller. So just know going into it. This one comes out, or is already out, excuse me. It's already out, came out January 16th. So we have that. And then we have one of my most anticipated, and it's No One Can Know by Kate Alice Marshall. I love Kate Alice Marshall. I love her. I don't think I've given any of her books lower than a 3. I really don't. Not that I can remember off the top of my head. Her middle grades and her YA are incredible. I really liked What Lies in the Woods, even though I know it was kind of based off of another case. Never said, I get the messiness of it, but like when I was in the moment, I was really enjoying the story. So I'm excited to see what she has next for her next adult thriller. So this is adult, and I believe this is also going to be multiple point of view because this is about 3 sisters. So that really intrigues me. I think we're probably going to end up getting a point of view from each sister. I don't know anything about Kate Alice Marshall's writing. That's probably my guess, but the tagline just really tells me everything I need to know. 3 sisters, 2 murders, and too many secrets to count. I don't need to know anything else. I don't need to know anything else. If you want to know the full synopsis, you can go and look for yourself. This is kind of how I do these videos. It's just like buzzwords that really intrigued me. But yeah, I don't need to know anything else. I'm so excited about this one. I freaking love her writing so much. And then the next one is one that I am actually so stoked for because we have not gotten a new book from this author in a long time. And it's Come and Get It by Kylie Reed. She is the same author as Such a Fun Age, which is like a literary suspense thriller, I guess you could say. I don't know if you'd necessarily consider it a thriller. It's more of like a mystery unfolding. It's a little bit contemporary, and I think this is what we're getting the same vibes with this one. This cover just tickles me. Something about the pig and the green and the yellow. I was like, my eyeballs just went right to it. But I loved Such a Fun Age. I think that was such an incredible story. It's touched on so many important topics, but in such a fun, unique way. And it's a really important story overall, but it was also a fun mystery too. And the cover of that book, oh my god, it's one of my favorites of all time. I love the cover of it. So this one, like, it's going right. It's hand in hand. Hand in hand. This one is set to publish on January 30th. And this one, I'm just going to read the tagline of it off of Goodreads. It's a provocative story about a residential assistant and her messy entanglement with a professor and 3 unruly students. So we have another school setting. Again, my favorite kind of vibe. I love it. And if I know anything from reading Such a Fun Age, this is also going to hit on a lot of heavy topics and important topics. I'm excited to explore those, and oh my god, I'm just so excited that we have another book from her. It's been so long. I feel like Such a Fun Age came out, oh my god, when did it come out? 2019! Oh my god, that feels like so long ago. So I will be picking this up for sure. Like, I'm going to put my hold on the library immediately. Will I buy this one? Maybe. You know what? This cover, I just can't. I can't get over it. She knows how to do a cover. And then I'm gonna quickly sweep by this one. I have to mention it again. I actually mentioned it in my last one, in my quarter 4 most anticipated for 2023, but that was actually the UK date. So I have to mention it in here just so you know that I'm still equally as excited about it. And it's Everyone on This Train is a Suspect by Benjamin Stevenson. This is set to publish, I believe, January 30th as well. And this is the next installment in the Ernie Cunningham mysteries. I guess that's what you would call it. The first one was Everyone in My Family Has Killed Someone. Now we have Everyone on This Train is a Suspect. And this one includes a train of like writers or something. I don't know, but that sounds really intriguing to me. You give me anything that's like a murder mystery, but also you're gonna include like authors and writers. Done. Sold immediately. And I know the way this is going to be told is going to be absolutely phenomenal, and I just can't wait. So I had to say that one. And then my last one for January is the Invocations by Crystal Sutherland. Invocations. However you would like to pronounce that. This is a YA thriller. It's from the same author as The House of Hollow, which I actually have not read yet. It is still on my TBR. I would like to get to it at some point this year for sure. And this is a YA fantasy horror, if you will. This is about a girl whose sister, I believe it's her sister, was killed by a serial killer, and she wants to like do something about it. Also know that there's something to do with like demons or whatever in this book too, so they do have like that fantasy element as well as like thrilling horror element to it as well. And just this cover like screams power to me. I don't know, it just screams powerful. We are about to get a story about some badass females, and I just cannot wait. I freaking love it. Like the stare down of this cover, I feel like it's like getting into my soul. So this sounds incredible. It's right up my street. You go, no, I love a YA. So we have this one, and this is set to publish on January 30th as well. Moving on to February, the first one that I have for February is An Education in Malice by S.T. Gibson. I freaking love this cover so much. It's giving all of the dark academia vibes, and it just makes my heart so happy. This is the same author as A Dowry of Blood, which I really enjoyed. I read it last year. It's not typically like my go-to genre, vampires, but you know what? I really enjoyed it. I thought it was so well done, and the writing was incredible. So when I saw this was coming out, I was like, okay, I'm in. And you scream dark academia, and I'm gonna show up. It's just, I have to. And this one takes place at a college in Massachusetts, which is where I'm from, which is equally as exciting. I love when books take place around where I live. It just makes me so happy. And I feel like I've been reading so many books recently that take place in New England. It's just really the setting, isn't it? Like, we're it. We're really it. That's really all I know about this one. I know that it's dark academia, it has something to do with academic rivals, and it takes place in New England. I have a feeling it's going to take a more vampire-esque twist to it, but like I said, I enjoyed A Dowry of Blood so much that like I'm just going to go in with both feet and just be in it. I'm just gonna immerse myself in the setting and the atmosphere because I have no doubt in my mind that is going to be absolutely incredible. Incredible. This is set to publish on February 13th, so just in time for freaking Valentine's Day. What else could you ask for, you know? A little bit of blood. Why not? And then we have A Tempest of Tea. I am not going to try to pronounce this author's name. By the time I read this, I will learn how to pronounce it. I will just put it on the screen. I know I'm going to butcher it if I try, but this is a new fantasy duology. So this is the first installment. It is set to publish on February 20th. And look, okay, it does say perfect for fans of Six of Crows. And if we know anything about myself, you know that me and Lee, we don't jive, okay? I actually DNF'd Six of Crows. I might give it another chance at some point. I'm not ruling it out completely. I'm ruling the rest of them out. I am willing to give Six of Crows another chance at some point. So will I enjoy this? I'm not sure, but it does give similar vibes. It has to do with orphaned girl and her crew coming together and having to deal with some sort of heist. So that's really like all of Six of Crows vibes for sure. This like found family and heist vibes. This gives the same, but oh my god, this cover gives just everything. I love the color scheme of this cover, and her with her newsboy hat on and this cup of coffee. Stop. I'm obsessed with it. I'm obsessed with this cover. So I'm definitely going to be giving this one a chance. This will probably be a library checkout for me, and then if I really enjoy it, then I will buy it and continue on with the duology. I just love knowing it's a duology too, so like you can start a series, but no, like it's so easy to finish it because there's only two, you know? So yeah, super stoked about this one. Then we have, again, one of like my most anticipated of this year is Island Witch by Amanda Jayatisa. She is the same author as You're Invited, which is a thriller that I absolutely loved. I thought it was so well done. I freaking love the ending. I love the messy vibes of it, but the deeper conversations that were talked about in that book are just, they were so incredibly woven in. I just freaking love her writing so much. I think she did an incredible job with that book. So I'm equally as excited about this one, and I am also obsessed with this cover. It's also giving powerful, like powerful. It's gorgeous. I freaking love it so much. And this one says it's inspired by Sri Lanka's folklore. It has to do, it's like a gothic kind of story about a daughter of a traditional demon priest relentlessly bullied by peers and accused of witchcraft herself. She tries to solve a mystery of some missing people going around in her community, and you don't have to say anything else. Don't have to say anything else. I'm here for it. I know that it's going to cover a lot of deeper subjects as well, because that's just seems to be a theme here. But oh my god, this sounds absolutely incredible. And again, this cover, like I cannot. Then I only have one more for February. You know, it's just, I feel like there's a lot of romances that are published in February, which are not typically my cup of tea. So my last one for February is Lore of the Wilds by Annalie Sabrana. Ooh, I'm so sorry. This is also a YA romantasy. It is set to publish February 27th. And the tagline of this is all I need to read to you, okay? This has all of the buzzwords that you need to know. It's a debut novel, okay? So there's that. About an enchanted library, 2 handsome fae, and 1 human who brings them all together. Stop it. Stop it right now. Enchanted library. It's also a debut. Okay, let's start there. Debut, author I obviously have never read from before. Super excited about that. YA romantasy, super excited about that. Freaking love this cover. It's absolutely stunning. Enchanted library. The fae, okay, you know what? I can give or take, whatever. 1 human that brings them all together. Are we talking found family? Is that what we're saying here? Because if it is, you know how I feel about that, okay? You know how I feel. I don't need to say anything else. Put this on your radar. Put this on your radar, please. I'm going to need friends to read this with. moving on to March. This is the last month I'm going to cover in this video. So if you have been enjoying this video so far, be sure to give it a like and don't forget to subscribe while you're here. It would mean the world. So thank you so much. So the first book that I have for March is Finlay Donovan Rolls the Dice. This is the 4th in the Finlay Donovan series. I have decided that I am done purchasing these books, now knowing that there's going to be, 7 more of them? I can't. That's too... I don't need to own all of these. Are you kidding? I genuinely thought it was just going to be like a 3-book series, and then we got the, that there was a 4th one coming out, and I was like, okay. And then we learned that there were like 7 more coming out, and I was like, all right, we don't need to own all of these. And also, they're getting a bit cray, okay? Like, I did enjoy the last one. I'm one of the few that enjoyed book 3. I realize it's over the top, but that's kind of why I love it. I just love how messy it is, and also how messy Finlay is. Like, she's not likable by any means. Like, I'm not rooting for her. I'm actually kind of not rooting for her, which is why I continue to read them. Let's be real. It's all about Vero, isn't it? It's all about Vero. Anyways, this one, Vero and Finlay go on a road trip. I don't need to know anything else. I know it's going to be absolutely bonkers. I still need to read it. And then this is going to be my deciding factor if I continue in the rest of them. But I have a feeling it's just. Also, I really don't like this cover at all. I really don't. So anyways, they go on a road trip. That's all we need to know. Other than it publishes on March 5th. So there you go. And then we have Murder Road by Simone St. James. And Simone St. James is an author that I have been wanting to read more from. I have not read her entire backlist. I've only read a handful of hers, and I enjoyed some of them. I wouldn't say I haven't enjoyed any of them. Some of them were just middle of the road for me. I know she does a lot of paranormal, but knowing that, I'm okay with it. I just hate when paranormal just comes in like out of the blue. House Across the Lace. Like, I just cannot deal with that. But knowing that a lot of her books have like this paranormal twist to them, knowing going into it, I'm okay with it. And this one I'm really excited about. And also says in the Goodreads blurb that it does contain that. So like we know that going in. And it just says, a young couple find themselves haunted by a string of gruesome murders committed along an old deserted road in this terrifying new novel. And like, yes, okay. The creepiness of this cover I'm here for. But I would love to know if you have a favorite Simone St. James, what it is in the comments, because I definitely want to explore more of her backlist. I'm just not sure where to turn next. Like, what's your favorite? What's your least favorite? Please let me know. But I will definitely be checking this one out. Publishes March 5th. And then we have one that just sounds so fun. This is The Women of Good Fortune by Sophie Wan. This book, the synopsis of this just sounds ridiculous, but like my kind of ridiculous. Also, just this cover is giving like sinister, and I'm here for it, okay? And all you need to know about this book is about a bride and her 2 best friends, each with their own motives and fed up with the way society treats women. So we have a bit of a feminist story, good for her, who forge a plan to steal all the gift money on the wedding day. Done. Sign me up. I don't need to know anything else. You give me a feminist story that's good for her about stealing someone else's wedding money? Shut up. Shut up. I cannot. I am so excited for this one. It's also set to publish March 5th, and like, look, we're in like our cozy vibes this year, I feel like. Like, I'm loving fantasy right now. I'm also loving cozy mysteries, but like I also just love a good over-the-top thriller. And like that's what this sounds like. It doesn't even really sound necessarily like a thriller. It just sounds like a bit of like a contemporary, but like with shenanigans. What else could you say? You don't need to say anything else. That's all you need to know. And then we have Where Sleeping Girls Lie by the same author of Ace of Spades, which shockingly I have not read yet, but I do have plans to read it this year, so don't you fret, okay? I'm saving it for a particular video. It's happening, okay? It's happening. And this is the next book from her, I believe. I don't know if I don't think she's had any in between. I could be completely wrong, but whatever. This is the next book from her. It's also a YA mystery thriller, and it does have queer representation. We know that off the bat, which we love to see. I'm not sure this is considered dark academia like Ace of Spades is, but it does take place in a school. So we'll just have to find out as we go. But it just says, a girl new to boarding school discovers dark secrets and cover-ups after her roommate disappears. That's my kind of book. I freaking love it. It's giving Truly Devious. I just thought was super fun. It's also giving me like a little bit of Ace of Spades with like the school setting and things happening. I'm excited about it. And also this cover is incredible with like the bird and the eye and the school underneath. I just need it. I need it. This book, I mean, this year is like giving in the book covers. I'm not even gonna lie. Like so far, there's only been one on this entire list where I'm like, I hate it. Other than that, we're really stepping up our game here in the book cover department, and I'm just stoked about it. But it also is so hard not to cover by. Y'all know me. I'm a library gal. I try to read from the library first, and if I enjoy it, then buy it. This is gonna be so hard this year. So hard. We're gonna do our best. We're gonna do our best. I only have 2 left. The next one is The Best Way to Bury Your Husband by Alexia Casale. I mean, this cover is hilarious. I love it. I absolutely love it. This is a cozy mystery, giving me a little bit like Suburban Hell by Maureen Kilmer, where we have like the moms coming together. And the first line of this is just truly all we need to know. A dark comedy about 4 women coming together to heal the damage their husbands have done and hide their bodies once they've killed them. Yes. Yes, absolutely, absolutely. Round of applause for that. Round of applause. Oh, I forgot to say when Sleeping Girls was publishing. It is publishing March 19th. This book, The Best Way to Bury Your Husband, is publishing March 14th. Like I said, it's just giving me like Suburban Hell, where we have all of these moms coming together and like it's over the top, it's crazy, it's cozy. And I just love this cover so much. Again, just like with the shovel and like the just vibes, man. It's just vibes, and I cannot wait. And then the last one on this list is How to Solve Your Own Murder. So we go from burying your husband to How to Solve Your Own Murder by Kristen Perrin. This is set to be fans of Knives Out and the Thursday Murder Club, which like, hi, hello, nice to meet you. So excited. This is a cozy mystery set to publish on March 26th. And this is about a woman who spends her entire life trying to prevent her foretold murder. So I'm assuming she gets some sort of like premonition, or she sees a psychic, or something where she knows she's gonna be murdered someday, and she tries to spend her life preventing that. Cover of this is giving very British, and I really hope that this gives me all of the British vibes from like the Thursday Murder Club. And I just love a British mystery. I love a British mystery. They just know it. Like everyone in your family has killed someone. So good. So if it's anything like that one and the Thursday Murder Club, I mean, I don't need to know anything else. Just love British humor beyond belief. It really just tickles my funny bone. So this one had to go on the list, and I love it. I love it so much. So those are all of the books that I am most anticipating for Q1 of this year. I know it's a long list, but if you are excited about any of them, please let me know in the comments. Or if there's any that I missed that you're like, no, you absolutely need to check this out based off of what I've shared, please let me know. Like if anyone wants to buddy read any of these, I am so down. I love a buddy read, and some of these I just feel like would be so fun to discuss like with friends. So if you'd like to do that, just give me a shout. Comment, you can message me on Instagram, whatever you'd like. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Do not forget to subscribe if you are not already. Turn the bell so you never miss a video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!
With you and I, the future